I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. Compliments on my accomplishments are only possible due to your involvement, volume, level, and confidence. The consequences
Good evening. We are live from one of the world's most beautiful arenas. This is Falcor Bay. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work.
And here he, the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn, one of the greatest English champions of all time. This legendary middleweight fights out of London, England.
As soon as the bell goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
And of course, these athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. The right hook can't miss. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Missing with the hook. Both men step back for just a moment. Wow, what a shot! And it's over! A home run swing, and that will do it here. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
A shot from the gods took him out. Are you okay?
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.
I'm a Russian, I'm a fighter, I am everything you fear. Ask your questions, I'm the answer, I'm the whispers in your ear. When the lights start flashing for you, expectations loud and clear.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
And here is Showtime. Sonny Edwards, fighting out of London, England, has already covered head to toe in gold. He's the Jackal, Carl Frampton.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds.
All the talking has high hopes for this battle between these two athletes. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Nice counter. You don't want to trade shots. There's a counter shot. They stop the hook there. What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Only catching air with that hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Edwards in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. And there's the bell for round two. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put them on the back foot. Put them under pressure.
He misses with that jab. The jab misses. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Punch, counter punch. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Edwards in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
On to the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good counter punch. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. That jab misses. Defense is not an option for these two. Nice counter shot. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Missing with that jab. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Edwards in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. There's the bell for round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Some big trouble here for Showtime Sonny Edwards. What a punch, and that sends Showtime to the floor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once, you've got away with it. You can do it again.
At the halfway point, there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Beautiful counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Which fighter will say no mas? Straight right just misses. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Talk about Edwards in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that. Back into the fray here in round 5. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
His stamina is off the charts. Good counter punching. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. He blocks the right hook. Beautiful counter shot. Good one. I guess showboating is part of their plan. And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Talk about Edwards in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Let's start the sixth. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Incredible work rate. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Sonny Edwards is certainly in some real trouble here. Sonny Edwards goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Talk about Edwards in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
You've been put down, you've got to think right.
Here comes round 7. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle. He's got to bluff him.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Perfect counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter shot lands. Straight right just misses. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Edwards in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout. And there's the bell for round 8. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back? Their vision is being impaired, no doubt about it, but is the referee going to stop it here? So that's that. The referee's made his judgment, and we carry on. And he misses with that straight left. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. They exchange punches. That counter punch caught him clean. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, what a result.
For I am the truth.